The last time these communities experienced conflict was in January, following an exchange of gunfire between economic Senegalese forces and separatist fighters in Cassamance. 3 Senegalese soldiers were killed and 7 held hostage. The Senegalese claimed that they had killed 1 separatist fighter, but that was denied by the separatists. Residents here who enjoyed some relative calm for the past weeks Monday woke up to the reality of having to desert their homes once more. Loud sounds of shelling from the Balen end of the border rang through their homes. Many are still in shock and struggling to come to terms with what is happening in their once relatively peaceful communities. Scores of residents from the border villages of Kappa and Balen ran for safety to Campant, where they were received with open arms. The impact of Monday's shelling could be seen everywhere, right on the outskirts of Campant. Farms and what were once thick bushes, where animals grazed, all burnt to ashes. As is often the case, civilians in conflict situations paid dearly for what they had no hand in starting. Here, the accidents of geography have brought close to home a supposedly foreign conflict. Modufal Bojang, the Alcalo of Campant, expresses shock, fear, and disbelief. Since 2 p.m. yesterday, we had gunfire and loud explosions. We wondered what was going on, not knowing where to go or what to do. Moments later, we saw people running towards us. These are people from Balen, Kappa and surrounding villages. And then we saw the Senegalese military plane flying on low altitude. It was scary. Since Monday morning, we can't sleep. We are asking for help. Refugees and the internally displaced really need help. Musa Bojang, a resident of the border village of Balen, is one of many people who fled their villages. He tells QTV that their farms have all been consumed by the fire as a result of the selling. We are begging the government to please help us. We have nowhere to stay and we do not have food. Our livelihoods have all been destroyed. We feel helpless and neglected. Since yesterday, they have been selling non-stop and their military plane continues to bombard areas very close to our homes. Alassana Baji, a youth leader from Fonyi Bondali, led us to the scene where some of the shells landed in the village of Balen. The impact and fragments of these deadly aerial weapons could be seen everywhere. Since yesterday, all the neighboring villages have been deserted. We are dealing with a very sad and scary situation. Fonyi is like a battleground now. We have been using motorbikes to evacuate people from danger. They are firing indiscriminately, and that's dangerous because you never know where it will land. So I want to urge government to talk to their Senegalese counterparts. If they want to fight the separatists, they can do that in their own territory. Like in Kappa, we found only the village head in Balen, with their villages deserted, farms and nearby bushes all burnt, and their animals all gone. These men, who are visibly distraught by the ongoing conflict, are all alone except for the loud sounds and thick clouds of smoke from the selling. Their only source of hope, some of them say, is the Gambian soldiers, who have intensified their patrols in the area under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Omar Bojang, commander of the Quick Reaction Force in Kanilai. On our way to Kanilai, just around the Kanfenda roundabout, we heard another explosion, this time on the former president's farm. Within minutes, dark clouds formed in the sky and most of the trees along the highway caught fire. Senegalese soldiers stationed just on the outskirts of Kanilai also arrived at the scene. Such scenes could be seen in several places along the border. The Gambia government Monday issued a statement confirming reports of ongoing conflict between Senegalese forces and the separatists and went on to give assurances that the internally displaced would be supported. But until we left Kanilai last evening, we could sporadically hear sounds of shelling, and the internally displaced say they are yet to receive any support. Nyassi for QTV News.